to get into some rhythm. So, Shannon, are you seeing a star or just a starter?
I think he can be a star, but Skip, you're going to have to... Skip, it's not Clemson, where unless you play Alabama or you play Ohio State, you have comparable talent.
Yep.
You go on the field with Jacksonville, y'all got the least amount of talent. Urban's going to have to understand that, Skip. This is not Ohio State. This is not the University of Florida. You're not the most talented team that's taking the field. As a matter of fact, you're going to be one of the least talented teams taking the field. You and the Houston Texans, and y'all happen to be in the same division.
Yep.
But, Skip, he made
They actually play each other on opening day. Go ahead.
Woo! Good luck with that one.
Yep.
Skip, he made some throws last night that lets you know that this kid is a special talent. Now, you're going to have to surround him with talent. But, Skip, you look at Troy. Troy struggled his rookie season.
Troy Aikman. Yeah,
But
I was there.
Yeah, Skip, so it took you to get an Emmitt Smith.
They won one game out of 1 and 15, and Steve Walsh won that game.
Exactly.
Okay.
So it takes you to get some talent. Look at Peyton.
Yep.
And Peyton had Marvin Harrison and Marshall Faulk.
Led the league in interception.
Yes.
Yep.
So this notion, I don't know when it happened, Skip, that now we expect rookies to come in and automatically just go to the playoffs. It's hard making the playoffs, let alone doing it with a rookie. Now, every once in a while, you'll get a situation like a Russell Wilson. But, Skip, those are few and far between that a guy like Russell comes in as a third-round pick, beats the guy out that you got in free agency and paid him $10 million a year, and beats him out and gets you to the playoff in his rookie season. That doesn't happen very often. But I saw a kid that can make throws, that can make plays, but his offensive line isn't very good, and I'm not so sure he has a whole lot of talent around him. And so he's going to struggle. So the days of him being at Clemson, and he's the best player on the field, and they just beating Wake Forest and beating Coastal Carolina, Skip, and Georgia Tech, that's over. Urban, you at the University of Florida, when you got Tebow and all those NFL stars that's going to be coming, it's over.
Well, Urban has said now every game's Alabama.
Yeah, okay. Exactly. Because guess what? Alabama, as great as Alabama was, Skip, they might have had 10 players on that team that's in the pros. Everybody that they play is a pro. And it's not easy. Trust me. Having played this game, man, you cherish the wins. That's why they celebrate them wins, Skip. It's like, yeah, because it's hard to win in the NFL. It's very hard. And Urban and Trevor Lawrence, they're about to find that out firsthand.
So, I watch Trevor Lawrence, and I watch him some more, and I keep trying to go over the moon, buy in on him, and I can't yet. And I'll put a yet on it because I'm waiting to see if he wows me, if I have that moment of wow, where I say, okay, now I got it. To your point, they're not a very good football team. Last night, they played without their starting center and their starting left guard, so we got to give them that. The other three were starters. He wasn't well protected because he got the you-know-what kicked out of him for a preseason game.
Did you see Dennis Allen? Dennis Allen dialed it up.
Yep. They hit him way more than he needed to be hit in a preseason game. And then he took it upon himself because I think he just got frustrated after a while because he couldn't get the ball in the end zone. And to his credit, on a third down, he took off and just said, I think we have this play, where he just took off in the middle of the second quarter and said, okay, I'll do it by myself. And it was not smart.
Yeah.
He can move a little bit for 6'5", and that's a bad idea. That had bad idea. That was like the RG3 play. Remember where at Cleveland he got hurt, the helicopter play?
Yep, that was against the Ravens.
The Ravens. It was Haloti Ngata. That's the kind of play you do not want to subject yourself to in this league at that speed.
Right.
Even in a preseason game, it's just too dangerous.
He needs to worry about Skip 77 falling on that shoulder.
Yeah.
You see how he got him?
Everything was bad about that play. When it was happening, I was just cringing because I know how fragile quarterbacks can be. They just don't carry the ball that much, and they don't take that kind of punishment.
No.
And he put himself in all kinds of dangerous spots there.
Right.
Head, shoulder, knees.
In college, though, Skip, he gets that and gets out of bounds. All those guys can run in the NFL.
Okay, that's true. So at Clemson, Trevor Lawrence threw 90 touchdowns to 17 picks. Sensational.
Yes.
He was a great college football player on a great college football team, or at least a very good one. I don't know if we could go great, but they were very good. A loaded team.
Yes.
And
a lot of their stars was on the defensive side of the football, Skip.
And now I look at this team and this quarterback and I say, can he lift them into respectability? I'm not sure he can, because now we come down to intangibles. What was the big controversy a few months back ahead of the draft? There's a big Sports Illustrated article
about him loving the game.
Trevor Lawrence said, I don't need football to feel worthy. Like, football's not the be-all and the end-all in my life.
Yeah.
And he said, I don't have this huge chip on my shoulder where I think everybody's out to get me and I'm trying to prove everybody wrong. He said, I can't manufacture that, because he came from some money and he was always the golden child,
Since
right?
about 14 or 15.
Yeah. Everybody knew, oh, he's going to be the first pick in the draft. So it came pretty to very easily for him. And I'm not saying he didn't have to work at it, but Tom Brady was a 6th-round pick, as we all know. Tom Brady is obsessed with winning football games at age 44.
Right.
If I could just pour a few ounces of Tom Brady into this kid, you'd have a world beater. But I'm not sure his motor runs that hot.
Right.
He plays with a nonchalance that leaves me a little nonplussed, where I want to see a little more body language. And the only flash of it was when he just finally got frustrated and said, okay, I'm going to do this by myself. If you guys can't do it, I'll just do it by myself. And it wasn't the smartest play. He looks poised enough. He looks like he belongs out there. And to your point, he did make that early first throw where he rolled. If we see that, he rolled to his left in the end zone.
This is a very difficult throw for a right-handed quarterback.
And he also took it right in the face.
Look at that. That's perfect. You can't throw it any better than that.
That's to Shannon. Yeah, it's a big-time throw. It's a pro football throw. And yet, did you see the end of the play?
Oh, yeah. You got to make him pick himself off the ground.
He got rocked, and he tumbled about 3 times around.
Yeah.
End over end. Well, okay, so you say, okay, I see the talent.
Yes.
Now it comes down to intangibles, leadership, charisma, dynamism, all those things that go into playing quarterback. I haven't seen that yet. I'm not sure about that yet. We saw the picture on ESPN last night that he provided where took the receivers on an outing. They went out on a boat ride, and they looked to be having a lot of fun. Okay, I'll give you that one.
I like that.
It's a nice start. But do you care enough about it? Does your motor burn hot enough that it inspires the whole team?
Right.
Or do they see you as just the basic surfer dude who's just like whatever?
Right.
You know, because he has a lot of whatever to him.
Yeah, Skip, it's hard for a quarterback to lead if people don't think that he's willing to die for this. It's got to be the most important thing. And I know, look, Skip, people got different hobbies, but I've never met anyone that was great at any particular thing if it wasn't the end-all, be-all. It's just hard. I've never seen anybody. If you look at all the great athletes, you look at all the great, from the Elon Musk, they don't just have to be sports figures, Skip. Look at the people in business.
Yep.
A lot of them ended up getting divorced because why? That was the most important thing. In football, when they get married, the significant other understands that this is the most important thing. It's just hard for me to believe, Skip. It was it for me. And John, I knew it was it for him. And so we clicked. He knew it was that important to me. I knew it was that important to him. So, okay, let's go. Let's make this thing happen.
Yep.
You're going to have to convince those guys, Skip, because you can't. They read what they read. And you said, well, hey, it is what it is, basically. And, you know, it's not the end-all, be-all. It's not the most important thing.
Yep.
Bull jive. This is how I pay my bills. This is how I send my kids to private school, and I live in a nice gated community.
Yep.
So, yeah, this is the end-all, be-all for me.
So to your point, and I completely believe in your point, 1,000%, because I'm at fault for all that you say. That's how I live my life. In Trevor Lawrence, I see star quality. Not sure I see a star's temperament. I don't know. I don't know if I see star commitment, star obsession, whatever that is.
Well, you got to be at that position, Skip.
Yep.
There's some other positions that you can get by just because of talent, but that position requires so much of you, mentally, physically, emotionally, psychologically. Skip, you got to be all in at that position.
Yep.
If you're not,
Well, he's got the ability. That we know.
But they're going to have to put some talent around him, Skip.
Sure.
They're kind of talent devoid.
And DJ Chark's still got a banged up, I think it's his thumb, so he'll be back soon.
Yeah.
They need a deeper threat to sort of stretch the
Marvin
field a little bit.
Marvin Jones is a quality receiver. Chenault needs to take another step forward. They need to get a solid tight end, Skip. I mean, they got tight end guys that can block and catch 5-yard routes, but they need guys that can
Well,
that can open it up.
They cut their 7-stringer and kept 6 of them, right? They kept 6 tight ends, and they still don't have a tight end, right?
Oh, so if they'd have kept that one, they'd have had a tight end, huh?
Well, at least they'd had some intangibles, right?
No. I need tangible. I need somebody.